Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Dennis and Andy Show's full review of Sourcepoint Press's Cult of Dracula #1. Artist and creator was, writer and creator was Rich Davis, and Henry Martinez did the penciling and the inking. As I said, we had done a quick flip through, and I had gotten some people who wanted to do a full review, so we're going to just dive into it. The color palette I enjoyed right out of the gate. You know, it's got the warm, the reds in the sky, the purple vehicle. So we don't know if it's really purple or blue or if it's just the red in the sky. It was pretty ominous. This winds up being an absolutely wonderful 2-page spread. You can kind of see the horror for what's going on in there. You can see the police, the CSI, crime scene investigators are checking through everything. They're trying to make heads or tails of, what happened here. The detective comes in and, starts figuring out what happened at the crime scene, how different people died. And the art really just moves the story along. We didn't need a whole lot of verbal word bubbles in this, and it continues through this. If we take a look, these are really good shots. I thought this was a bit strange that the indice was in the front of the book, but in the middle of the book they actually have the page. So as I said, Rich Davis was the writer creator. Henry Martinez did the pencils and ink. Trevor Richardson did the colors, and Ed Dukeshire did the letters. Now, I'm not familiar with anybody that's in here, so it's my first time, I believe, taking a look at any of their work. So this is kind of always fun for me to see somebody brand new in a story. And it does say right here, inspired by characters created by Bram Stoker. And we all know that from the movie, and if you'd read the original one. And we continue on, and you find out that there's a camera crew that's going in. They're going to be doing an interview for the Ordo Dracul, the Order of the Dragon, which is really cool. But then you find out she mentions her name. I'm Mina Murray. Won't you join me? Now, Mina Murray, I believe she is from Bram Stoker's original Dracula show, so or I should say book. I thought this was just pretty interesting, so that kind of tells me right now we're already getting involved with some of these characters, and I think this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a what if or if it's going to be a modern take on perhaps his original storyline. So that'll be very interesting. But anyway, the interview, they talk about the interview coming up. Van Helsing, he talks about it in there. Jonathan Harker and Mina Murray. He is Abraham Van Helsing. So again, you'll recognize these character names from the original story. So that's kind of what I'm thinking it is. Anyway, and then all of a sudden Lucy pops out. Oh, hey, I like you. What? And she just appears from underneath. So there's a little strangeness, into the story right away. And they kind of hold on a conversation. And then somebody else comes in. And they keep having, again, these conversations. And then the crazy guy comes in. Pardon me. And he goes through this long soliloquy. And oh, well, that's kind of interesting. He talks about him being the Reaper, and she calls him Papa. So again, there is some definite throwback to the original storyline. I don't really want to get into too much of the story and give anything away, but I did find, that this was an interesting take on the story. I like the characters. And the story continues on. It's a little confusing in spots, but again, the artwork brings it forward. Here's one of the things that the entire storyline leads to this very next page that I'm going to turn to. But you'll notice she's got a brown eye, so somebody's looking through it. So is that Mina? And then when you flip to the 2-page spread, I think they did a great job with this because to me it leads the entire storyline right here. But now all of a sudden, the very next panel, there's a blue eye looking forward to it. So my confusion was that Mina looking through the crack in the doorway and trying to see now, and then this is a blue eye of these little girls that were down there? Or do one of the girls have blue eyes and one of them has a brown eyes and it's the girls taking turns through? So there's a little bit of confusion in my mind on there. Her name's Lulu, which, it could be short for Lucy. So, I mean, there could be. So anyway, I'm not going to give the ending of the book away or anything like this, but this was an absolutely fantastic panel that kind of leads into the focal point of what I think the entire story is going to lead about. And then, like I said, I'm not going to give away the end of it, but there's Source Point Press. Overall, I think it was, I like the artwork. It's not my usual superhero style artwork, but I think it lends itself very well with the type of story being told. So I totally do appreciate it. And the story I thought was good. There were some confusing points, and even the ending, I thought it was a little bit confusing of how it ended right there. I expected there to be a little more or letting me know it's going to continue. But with that being said, once I flipped and saw it was the last panel, I'm assuming it's going to continue on in 2. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm not familiar with Rich or Henry. I enjoyed this as a first shot and a first issue. I am going to keep this on my pull list because I definitely want to see where the story goes. And the artwork was very well done and kept me engaged in the story. Like I said, there were a couple of confusing spots. All in all, I do give a CGC rating. I would give this one a 7.0. I thought it was solid, good first issue. I do want to see where this goes, and I hope it goes somewhere good. I think this is a good opening shot. Who knows, maybe we can get Rich or Henry and come on one of our live streams and talk about it. But anyway, that is our review of Cult of Dracula #1. Thanks for joining us. Leave any comments that you want in below and let us know. Talk to you soon. Bye.